Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you this homemade self-cocking 80-pound pistol crossbow which I've made. Sorry that I haven't had a video up in a while guys, but this has been one of the most complex builds which I've made to date. So enjoy the video and don't forget to like and subscribe. Firstly, I'd like to say that the design was based off the Cobra pistol crossbow which you can purchase from most online archery stores. And also then the magazine design was inspired by York Sprov's crossbow video where he upgrades a Cobra crossbow to have a magazine fed bolts, and I'll put a link to his video in the description of this video. So this crossbow features a magazine along the bottom that can hold 5 bolts. These bolts are unfletched bolts with steel tips, and I've either got the fiberglass ones which were originally crossbow bolts with the backs cut off, or this homemade bird point which is very sharp and incredibly lethal. This crossbow features an 80-pound crossbow limb attached to the front, which was the original crossbow limb which came with my Cobra pistol crossbow. It also features a full aluminium body and an aluminium self-returning trigger mechanism. If you'd like to know how to make this crossbow, the first part of the how-to tutorial will be uploaded next week. So if you're not familiar with the Cobra crossbow design, the way that this crossbow is cocked is this back whole piece is a lever which pivots around this point, and when it cocks back, these threaded rods pull back the string and load it into the trigger mechanism. These bolts are then pushed into place by this magazine part, which is pulled up into place by these elastic bands which hook around these wooden pieces that are on both sides. The trigger is then pulled and the crossbow fires, and then the next bolt is pushed up into place again by the magazine. So let's see how well the crossbow shoots. So first we need to load the crossbow. So what we do is we take each individual bolt and then drop it into the loading part like this. And it can hold a total of 5 bolts at once. This magazine part can then be placed on the top like this. Each elastic band is then taken, hooked over the wooden hooks, made sure that it's going inside the groove, then hooked around the mechanism like this, and around these hooks back here on the other side, so that it looks like this. The exact same thing is then done on the front, and now this magazine is being pushed in by these 2 elastic bands. Now as you can see inside here, the crossbow bolts are being pushed up into the string path, and when I cock this back there'll be nothing holding them back and they'll be sitting right in the right place to be fired. So when I pull the trigger like this, the crossbow bolt will be shot. Cocking the crossbow is then fairly easy, and if you were strong enough you could just cock it with your hands like this, but since I'm just a kid and 80 pounds is quite a lot of force for me, I've got to put my knee against the front here and then I cock it back just like this. And now it's loaded and ready to shoot. Just got to push that forwards and aim and fire. Like that. The next shot can then easily be fired doing the exact same thing, just cocking it back like this. And once it's ready, push it back forwards. And now you can fire again. So the 2 shots passed it through the archery foam target, and the first fiberglass shot just came out like this, and the second shot, which was the bird point, came all the way through the target and stabbed into the wooden board behind, and it's in pretty strong. And it's still fine. So I've still got 3 shots in here, and the first one now is the bird point. So I just put it against my knee and cock it back, just the same way as before, and then push everything forwards again. Now I can point and shoot. And it shoots really powerfully with a massive speed. The next bolt is then ready to shoot, and I just cock it back like this. The trigger mechanism engages, and I can push everything forwards again, and then I can fire it again. The next shot is then cocked again. Very easily pushed forwards and ready to shoot. So they all hit pretty close to the centre of my battered archery target, despite me only aiming instinctively, and these two can just come straight out, both of the fiberglass shots. But yet again, the bird point has gone right into the hilt, into the piece of wood behind. So the old bowstring, since I'd been using on my Cobra pistol crossbow for about a year, it's fired thousands of shots, and it basically just started to degrade and wear away, and the dressing which was around the middle to protect it from cutting has came off, and it's basically, the string is just pretty much dead. So I made a new one out of non-stretchable kite line, and it's incredibly strong, and it's got dressing all the way down here and across the middle and then down here again, to make sure that it stays strong. And in the core here, there's 25 strands of kite line. All 4 shots hit pretty close to the centre of the target, considering I was just aiming instinctively. Now let's try and shoot at some more substantial targets and see how well the crossbow performs. So the bolt went in about this far and then it bounced out, but the hole is deep enough so that you can see the light through the end of the 9mm plywood. So this time the bolt was embedded into the plywood, and then the plywood bounced about because it's only pressing against a soft archery foam target which it can bounce out on. Now for the final shot, we'll try the lighter but sharper bird point and see what damage is caused. As usual, the sharpened bird point embedded itself all the way up to the hilt, and it poked out the other side with the sharpened bit of the head, and that could still do some damage. It exerted so much force when it hit that it actually snapped off the back of the shaft here. The crossbow bolt easily passes straight through a can, and had it not been for the target behind, it would have carried on going. So the first milk carton was pretty much clean pass through, and onto the second one, and then deep into the archery foam target behind. Both cans were a clean pass through, and then the soup can pretty much went all the way through yet again, even though it was slowed down, and it's just in the back there. Then all the way through this milk carton and deep into the second. So what happened here was pretty cool. I used my weakest crossbow bolt, because this is one that's nearly shattered completely, and fired it against a 3mm thick aluminium, and it made a massive dent like that, and it's actually gone all the way through, and you can see light coming out the other side. It's made quite a large dent in the metal. As you can see, it's made the whole thing dent like that, and it's made a cone on the other side where it came out. So thanks for watching, guys. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. Remember to subscribe so that you can see the how-to tutorial, which is going to be released hopefully next week. Once that video has been uploaded, there'll be a link in the description so that you can go and see it. So if you have any ideas on how you think that I can improve this weapon in the future, just post them in the comments section down below. My idea so far is I'd quite like to make it so that it can shoot fletched arrows, so that they fly a little bit more stably. I'd also try to swap out the crossbow prod with either a more powerful one, or maybe adapt it into a sling bow so that it can be either a crossbow or a sling bow. And also I'd quite like to attach a tactical torch along the bottom. Also, this video is going to be my 98th video, and for my 100th video special I'm going to be doing a Q&A. If you want to post a question for me to answer, follow the link in the description to my website where you can create an account and post a question on the page which I've shown in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. If you did enjoy my video, you might like some of my others, and you can see previews of them here. If you want to find out the full videos, then go to my channel and check them out.